Alright, so number 10 I got Metapod. If you know anything about this, it's not even really a Pokemon, it's more like a cocoon with eyes. And I just think this shit is hilarious because it does nothing but harden to protect the Butterfree that's inside of it. And if you don't know, there's an episode where there's a Metapod versus a Metapod and they just both harden and just stare at each other, and that shit made me laugh my ass off. So yeah, shits and giggles, I put it at number 10. Number 9 I got Pibla, the little penguin Pokemon. And since I really like penguins, I decided to put him on here. Wasn't really sure whether to or not, because I think the Pokemon itself is kind of meh when watching the Diamond and Pearl show, and he's not the strongest when using him in the video game. But I decided to give him the edge just for being a cute little penguin. That's really all there is to it, so I'll give it a number 9. Number 8, Meowth. The first Pokemon that's introduced that actually speaks English, which is pretty tight. And although I do love both Jesse and James from Team Rocket, I feel like Meowth is the one that makes that trio just really great and makes Team Rocket iconic and memorable. And unless I just missed the episode where they actually explain why he's the only Meowth that speaks, because when I talk Meowth, I'm specifically talking about the one that actually speaks English. But anyway, number 8. Number 7 is the poster boy himself, Pikachu. Everybody loves Pikachu, and they think he's just so adorable. And they're not wrong, but I mean, I made the show what it is. And the fact that there's an episode where he fights his evolved version, Raichu, even though he gets his ass kicked the first time, he does come back and end up in a stronger Pokemon without even having to evolve, which was pretty impressive. But yeah, I feel like you can't really make this list without putting Pikachu on here somewhere, so I went ahead and put him at number 7. Number 6, we got the big boy, Snorlax. Now I got him here for 2 reasons. One, he's my go-to when I used to actually play Pokemon. I would always have him come out number 1 because he's so damn difficult to actually knock out. Because during the match he would always be eating and gaining energy. And he was a good one to start out at every match. And the other reason is when he had his own episode, his episode was pretty fucking hilarious. Because it's like his fat ass wouldn't stop eating all the vines and he was just blocking the river from flowing, which was hilarious to me. So Snorlax at number 6. Number 5 is another hilarious one in Psyduck. This Pokemon is almost useless, but he's just so funny. He just pops up just to say and then he pretty much doesn't help in any way. I think he might have helped once in like one episode. I don't know how he did it. I just forgot. I definitely think he's the funniest Pokemon of all the generations. And his design is actually pretty cool, just being this big yellow duck. Just for sheer comedy, I'm gonna put him at number 5. Number 4, I got the big dog, Entei. Everything about Entei is pretty dope. His design is nice. The 3rd Pokemon movie that he's pretty much the star of is awesome. It's probably my favorite of all the Pokemon movies. And the voice they use for him is pretty menacing. And at the same time, he's actually not too OP, even though he was the main villain. He wasn't overpowered. But yeah, I just think he's really dope. Number 4. Number 3, I got Charmander. Definitely my favorite of all the starter Pokemon, and I would always start with the fire Pokemon anyway because they typically have my favorite design, and Charmander's definitely one of them. In the episode that introduced him where he's like pretty much homeless and just out in the rain, pretty much about to die, which is one of the darker episodes which I like. So, and everyone loves Charizard, but I would always deliberately not even evolve him and just keep him at Charmander all the way to level 100. So yeah, definitely number 3. Number 2, I got Teddiursa. I clearly didn't pick this one for his power level, because he's just this little teddy bear that just licks his palm. I remember I used to kind of cheat and use an action replay and just give him all these OP attacks that he wouldn't actually have. And although he doesn't really show up much, Teddiursa is definitely very memorable for me. So again, for I guess adorable factor, number 2, Teddiursa. And at number 1, definitely we got Mewtwo. I don't really know anybody who doesn't like Mewtwo. Mewtwo's just this badass Pokemon that really shouldn't even exist because he was man-made in a lab for the DNA of the original Mew. And Mewtwo ended up being the first villain of the first movie, and the fact that he just cloned a bunch of Pokemon and made them fight each other just out of spite was pretty funny to me. But he's got a cool design with his tail, and apparently 6'7". Damn. Hey, yo, they should have put him on the court. And at the end of the movie, he never actually really lost. He just kind of came in there, whooped everyone's ass, and then flew away. He did come back later on, his other little TV special that he had. And at one point, I think they changed his design and gave him a female voice. I don't know what the hell that was. But yeah, Mewtwo is definitely a total badass. Number 1.